It is counter time here in Magic the Gathering Standard. Now, not the typical counter that you might be thinking, but Selesnya Counters. Thank you for tuning in as always as we break down the Selesnya Counters list here for you today, a Mythic list featured on Magic the Gathering's website of spotlighted decks. So in today's episode, down below, you'll find the timestamps where I break down the strategy objective of this particular list. We'll go play that competitive best of one, as this is a best of one list, do our retrospective and outtake as always, pulling it back together and parting ways. Now, with that said, thank you for tuning in. If you have a question or comment throughout the episode, let me know. I love to hear from you. Feel free to swing by the Discord server, join the community there as well. Now let's get moving. Selesnya Counters. Couple initial reactions off the bat for this one. We do find a couple one-offs. I'm generally a pretty big fan of those things. We got it with Defiler here, Simulacrum. I destroyed that. Jugan here defends the temple. Also Tyrannix Rex. This gives us in best of one some nice options, obviously, and same with Archangel Elspeth here. Alternatively, you can also use that to your advantage to streamline, in particular for best of one, maybe not running as much or picking something that is going to be a little bit more linear within the deck instead of more of a opportunity to play things differently. But again, this is a very nice list, something that's different that I'm excited to play here today. So first off, in terms of counters, we don't have any one drops, which can be a challenge in standard best of one. Again though, however, we're setting pretty nicely with things like Dusk Legion here. We got Gaia's Gift giving you a +1/+1, an indestructible hexproof till end of turn. Some nice mobility there. We also have Ozolith here. This thing's pretty sweet. If one or more counters would be put on an artifact creature you control, put that many +1/+1, plus you can activate this for 2, put a +1/+1 counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate as a sorcery, and if you need to, you can cycle it. We got the good old Beast Color here, and then a big piece here is Botanical Brawler. I had a lot of fun in March of the Machines with this particular card in terms of sealed and limited and draft. A really nice one here along with Ozolith here to continue to pump your board quickly. So once you get that board state down, you got a ability to get big real fast, which is really nice. We also have Siege Veteran in here, Simeon Simulacrum, Fight Rigging, which is great. Again, it's got Hideaway, and then as it gets bigger, you can then, if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play the exile card, which essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look and dig for some of these big pieces here, giving you again a little bit more of a reach than you typically would have. We got Kami, the Whispered Hopes, Tribute to the World Tree, and again a few one-offs. Having the Wandering Emperor in here is a good opportunity to get something off the board. The other opportunity to get stuff off the board is Vanquish the Horde. Now initially you might think this board reset could be a challenge, but the really nice thing about it is if you have Siege Veteran on the board, it's going to interact and you're going to create a bunch of 1/1 colorless. So when you reset, you're going to be well positioned against your enemies, so don't forget about that as well. We also have Defiler in here, and Tyrannix Rex. So a really good low to the ground at that true 2-drop space into the 3, giving you a good variety here. And then some acceleration with all the +1/+1. So strategy objective of this list is really get those things on the board, getting into that curve, taking advantage of the +1/+1s, getting big fast, and constantly hitting and dealing that damage. Really kind of functions as a mid-range deck here for you. So that is the strategy. We're going to put the pedal to the metal, as we like to say, and do some damage and hopefully some work against opponents today. So let's go ahead and play that competitive standard best of one. If you have questions, if you have comments, like I always say, feel free to let me know. Let me know what you think of the deck list and some of the thoughts. You can find numerous decks that we have already played and showcased as always here on the channel that you can absolutely check out. All right. We also have a swag store. All right, here we go. We're on. But while you're here, Selesnya Counters, Sir Greener. Let's go. All right, so we definitely like this. We got good ramp here, so we'll keep it. green it is. All right, so here we got our favorite enchantment list. And we do have some protection here, which is good. Now, ideally, the next card is actually a land. This thing can be a problem, though. It's good that they don't have white down. There we go. And this will allow us to really help as well. Now again, this enters with 2+1/+1 whenever one or more +1/+1 are put onto another permanent you control. If it's the first time, put a +1/+1 on this. Put a +1/+1 on this guy as well. All right, so this thing is going to be the challenge here because we have the naturalist and we have our white, which a lot of times these lists do have some good ability. Now we do have a board wipe, but we're not sitting on the proper mana makeup, which is a problem here as well. Now again, if one or more +1/+1 put on a permanent you control, put that many +1/+1 on that permanent instead. X is mana, so we want to keep this because we can board wipe if we need to. We can also hold this up. So depending on what we hit here, the good news is we can absolutely wreck the board. Ideally, what would be even nicer is to cast Gaia's Gift and then hit with a +1/+1 on the board wiping as well. So we'll have to think about that. Our opponent here's got 2 cards in hand. If we can get to exactly where we need them to be, we can survive a little bit. Again, this is at 2 here. As long as it's not lethal, they can pump with Weaver again on Machiko. Here they go, they figured it out. So 13, it is not lethal yet, so we're not gonna block. So here is what we will do instead. We are going to hit this. We can hit Kami, and I want to hit Kami because I want to be able to put Vanquishing the Horde in here, keep it up for Tyranna Rex. We're gonna run into problems here on life, but let's give it a shot anyway. So again, it gains reach, trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn. Our opponent's gonna be like, this is kind of weird. But we're gonna go ahead and swing in here. We still have the right mix on the 2. If we end up getting dumped, we're gonna have to wait on this. I should have kept that, but we'll see if we can sucker them in. All right, so now we can go with this. And now we also have this. So we could have kept this in the board instead. Now again, you need 2 there to put it on top. So we could have played that combo a little bit differently. Could have played Ozlith first and gone that path. Now we got 2 things here, so we can, instead of destroying, we can drop this. We also have the Wandering Emperor. It's a little risky, honestly, on this side. If we bring this in, gotta think about what we're gonna do here. We could make this thing bigger as well. And again, only as a sorcery, so we're going to do this for the first thing here. Again, we can still cast this, but not to the level that we want to yet, because we're going to want this on the board. Swinging for 2 creates a problem, so we got to wait. Now the thing is here, what we can do is we can keep that back. We'll go my turn. We got fight rigging. Is this enough yet? It is not enough yet. So we want to add this in again. Now let's see here. This gives us 8. Still not the right combo. Again, we can use this. I'm actually going to save it. Any one color, so we don't want to forget that. And we can go grab a few different things here. We can play Hideaway again. Let's grab that one. We need to keep that Wandering Emperor up. Still not quite enough. I really want to get this thing on the board, but we're held back. Still, we can play it. Let's go here. So 5. Let us go here. Now we actually screwed up, because they have 3 creatures that they can swing in with. And so we overcommitted our board. Again, still off by the 1 mana. Oh, we're okay then. We are okay. They did not want to attack in. Skinny skin teeth on the skin of our teeth. Oh, that is nice. Now that, my friends, was pretty much everything that you could want in that deck right there. You pretty much saw everything, which is great. And that's what we like to do here for these runs. So the one-off really helped there. That Tyrannorex got us through, captured the match for us, and took it home. All right, so here we go again. We're first. We'll keep this. Want to get that on. We got this. This thing's sweet. Even better. Probably should have played that first, though. All right, good news here is, let's get this one on board. We got an Esper Legends list. So now at 3 and 4, we're not going to hit it. We have a good ability to hit all kinds of stuff here. Boom. Yes. Look at that. Clearing away Selesnya Counters. That's a tough one for our opponent to take down there, because we get big fast. Very, very fast. All right. Third and final. Pavi. All right. Now, this is not a hand we can keep. This isn't much better, but we will keep it. We'll stick with one. Izzet is the problem here. Let's see if we survive. That one I was worried about. That one I was worried about. We got a Murex deck. We can try fight rigging. Alright, what do we got? Hide away, not good. We are currently going to be locked out at this point. Because we didn't get any creatures on the board earlier, our opponent is going to be in a very, very nice spot. We're definitely going to have to wait for an open opportunity to get something like Elspeth on there. And this whole list revolves around control and board removal. So the primary way that this one wins is through these guys right there. So what I need to do is actually wait until the board state gets big enough so that we can try and cast this and maybe this, because them being able to bounce is going to be much harder. Don't have enough for that yet either. Now, this thing can't be countered. So that's the other thing that's nice about this, but we are short one land. So we have 5 here. We're not going to be able to get through. We can't play that. We can play this guy on the sack, actually, so let's try that. If they have the counter, we're done. All right.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. You're done.
That gives us one opportunity to survive here, because they're going to go to the face. So we got one more turn to live through.
I still have much to learn.
Oh. We're not going to be able to hit there. We'll try it. Can't play that. Now they let it go.
So long as I am by your side, you will be protected. You will shine bright, hero.
Now we're tapped out. Oh, Pavi, good game. Little harder one to play around. If we would have had some creatures on the board, we maybe would have had a shot, because as we got bigger, we could have had some survivability. There is a good lineup, as you can see. But all in, very exciting with this list. We had a great day here today with our Selesnya Counters, something a little bit different. That Izzet list is also something that's a little bit different that's out there right now. Glad we were able to see that as well. But today is about Selesnya Counters. So here's what we got down for a breakdown. We did not end up seeing Dusk Legion. We did see pretty much almost everything else, which is great. And we went 2-1, had some really nice matchups there. We could have got caught by the Selesnya enchantment list. We were able to pull that one off. Frustrated the Esper Legends list, and then unfortunately could not play around the Izzet one there, or Izzet control list. So as always, nice big W here today, going 2-1. Just want to say thank you for your support. Great ways to support the channel down below. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we grow this community, and thank you to all the members for that additional support too. So hope you enjoyed today's episode. I love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you think, and feel free to swing by the Discord server as well and join the community there. In the meantime, we got a ton of great Magic the Gathering content available to you here on the channel, and on top of that, we got more coming your way. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. Mythras out of here. Enjoy dropping that Tyrannorex and all these counters, because it was a lot of fun. All right, take care.